I'm Tom Granville with Axion Power. We're a hybrid storage battery company that's located in Newcastle, PA. But I'm not here to talk about Axion tonight. I'm here to talk about the green economy, green energy, clean, green, and how green and clean can go together with economic recovery. When I was driving over here tonight, I was thinking about what I was going to say, and I thought about a different concept for us anyway. It's probably been talked about in other areas. I haven't heard it before. But that concept is a circle of green. You identify a problem. There's a problem here with emissions. There's a problem with the planet. There's a problem with what we're doing to the planet. We need a green solution to that. How do we achieve that? How is it possible to achieve that at a time when we're looking for economic recovery? How can we all work together to make that happen? You've heard Congressman Altmaier talk about the coal in PA. We need coal. We need those things. But we do need to decrease emissions. We need to find a way to get off of oil dependence. We testified before the U.S. Senate this past July. And one of the questions that they had is, what can we do now? What can we do now to get off foreign oil? Well, what we can do now to get off foreign oil is to convert some of the existing fleet that's out there to electric vehicles. Convert that. That creates jobs. Circle of green. Why are we located in the U.S.? We could go to China. We could make some of our products a lot more cheaply. Maybe not a lot more cheaply, somewhat more cheaply in China. But the American workforce and the Pennsylvania workforce, the best workforce in the world, we need to include them in the circle of green. We need government. We need stimulus money as incentives, as seed money, to bring in more investment. Let me talk just a little about our history and about Axion and how this came about. Congressman Altmaier came out to Axion a couple of times, and he viewed what we had. He looked around. He went to Washington. He brought dollars back from Washington for Axion Power, dollars that could be put to use in creating new jobs, dollars that could be put to use in creating new products, dollars that could be put to use in creating products that could help save the environment, reduce emissions. If we took, there's 278 million cars in the fleet in the U.S. right now. If we could, and of those, there's 129 million SUVs, light pickup trucks, and vans. If you took and converted 1% of those, just 1%, something that can be done right now, something we've done right now, something that other companies have done, ma and pa shops all over the country, using different types of batteries. We happen to think we have the best battery. There are other batteries out there, U.S. batteries, batteries made here by U.S. workers. If you took and converted 1% of that fleet, you would save 1.4 billion gallons of gasoline on an annual basis. In addition, you'd reduce NOx emissions and hydrocarbons by another 64,000 tons. CO2 emissions by 6.4 million tons. Not a misprint, 6.4 million tons for every 1% of the fleet. We don't need to wait till 2015 to do this. We don't need to wait till 2012 to do this. This can be done now. This can be done in Pennsylvania. This can be done through government stimulus and private investment. For Axion, the result of Governor Rendell and Congressman Altmaier bringing money to Axion allowed us to leverage those dollars, those couple of $1 million, into more than $20 million in new investment in Axion that took place since January 1st, 2008. Circle of Green, green investors. We have a solution. Solution to carbon emissions, solution to NOx emissions. Here's the solution. They invest in it. Circle of Green. What else does that mean? It means more jobs, obviously. We need more jobs. For every 1% of the fleet that's converted, that means 44,000 new jobs on an annual basis. 44,000 new jobs, American jobs, jobs here. We're in the lead-acid battery industry. We're an improved lead-acid battery. We're a lead-carbon battery. Less lead, more environmentally friendly. Lead gets a bad rap. In some instances, it deserves a bad rap. In paint, in toys. But in lead-acid batteries, it really doesn't. Lead-acid batteries are recycled 98.1% of the time back into new lead for new lead-acid batteries. So, environmentally friendly? Yes. Are we more environmentally friendly? Yes, because we reduce the lead even more by putting carbon into our actual electrodes. Circle of Green, investors in us. We're a public company. The investors in us believe in what we're doing. Our stock price, since last summer, has appreciated over 20%. Appreciated over 20% during a meltdown. Circle of Green, money back for them. Creating jobs in PA, bringing people into PA, bringing expertise from the world into PA. They buy homes in Newcastle, they pay taxes, create revenue, money goes back to the government, back to PA to be reinvested. When you have foreign oil dependence, when you're buying 70% of your oil from offshore and borrowing money from China to do it, there's no circle there. Forget about it not being green. It's not a circle. It's a flat line. Money comes from China to the U.S., goes out of the U.S. to the Middle East. Does that make sense? It doesn't when there's something that can be done about it. Can it be done overnight? Of course not. You need to start somewhere. You need to start, as these gentlemen talked about tonight. There are areas where real improvements can be made. I don't have enough time to talk about all of those areas tonight. You want to know more about Axion Power and what we're doing, you can visit our website. But tonight is all about green economy and new jobs and how, by making the products there, we can create those jobs. We signed a large contract last week with Exide Manufacturing to be a provider for them. They operate in 80 countries. They're a $3.5 billion company. We're going to be an OEM for them, their primary OEM for lead carbon. We're going to make product here in PA. The PA workforce, we're going to ship it outside of PA, around the country, around the US, around North America, around the world, out of PA. Circle of Green. Products go out, money comes in, money's distributed, new jobs are created, money goes back to government. It's an exciting time. I've been involved in a lot of businesses in my lifetime. Excuse me. This is the first one where you really feel that a difference can be made. Really feel that we're really at an inflection point. We need a little sacrifice, but not a lot of sacrifice. We need people just to appreciate what can be done. That $8,000 conversion, by the way, with a tax credit, has a payback on ROI of less than 2.5 years. Less than 2.5 years, you've got your money back and you're saving money. Circle of Green. Money back to the original investor. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for your time. I look forward to any questions that you have, and I look forward to listening to the answers from my other panelists. With that, I'd like to introduce Fred Redmond. Fred.